G'day guys, Steve with Broken Sprocket. In this video I'm going to be installing a brand new steering dampener or steering stabiliser to my HJ47 Landcruiser. So let's get started. Alright, so in a previous video I installed a 2-inch lift kit to my HJ47 Landcruiser, and the steering stabiliser that it came with was the wrong size. It was almost double the length of this one. So now I have this one here. It's a Tough Dog one, which is a different one to what the original one they gave me was. So this one here looks like it might fit. So time to head underneath the Landcruiser and install the brand new steering stabiliser. Okay, so the kit came with the Tough Dog stabiliser. Also came with a fitting kit. It looks like there's a little instruction booklet in there. So this bit here would attach to the vehicle where the mounting points are, and yeah, simply put the nuts and bolts in. The only trouble I've got is I think the old one is going to be extremely difficult to take out because it looks like it's almost rusted in place. So we'll see if I can get the old one out first. I think fitting the new one will be relatively simple, but the old one looks like it's going to be a difficult job. Okay, this here's the old stabiliser bar. This one here looks like it wouldn't be too difficult because you can give it a good whack here once the nut's off. But this one up here, you normally would hit it here, which isn't much area. With that still there, because it doesn't come apart like the old one does. To get that pin out, it just looks like it's going to be difficult. So I'll have to see how we go once I get these bolts taken off. Okay, this one here doesn't have the split pin on it, so either someone's been here before or that split pin is just simply broken off. But this is the one I think I'm going to have so much troubles with. You can barely get a spanner on here even to get a decent strike on it. Now, is that turning or is it just spinning the whole thing? Oh no, it's coming off. We might have half a chance here. Okay, I got this nut off, but it didn't have a cotter pin or a split pin inside this one, so I don't know what happened there. At least it didn't spin on the shaft, so it's easy to get the nut off, but with that it may be that that pin is completely jammed in that steering mechanism, which might make it difficult to get off. Okay, now I've got that nut off, a strike with a hammer, which isn't going to be that easy a strike from here, so there's not much area. And that should just pop that pin out and it should just drop. That's the plan anyway. Is there any movement? Come on. I'll try and put this ball joint sort of splitter thing in here and see if that will give it a bit of a go. Yes! Woo! Okay, you might not have caught that on the camera, but eventually wedging this in between the two pieces and it came free. Now that's one concern gone. Now the next side. Alright, this side here does have the split pin still on. Well, part of one. Oh no, there's two pieces there. One piece is just hidden. So I'm not going to be reusing that, so we can just cut that off there. Now take the rest out. And out that goes. Have a crack now at this nut. Hopefully it's not too tight and that doesn't spin the whole shaft. Oh yeah, it's tight. At least on this side you can give this pin a good whack. Whew. Ah, that's worse than the other side. I thought this side might be a bit easier, but looks like I'm mistaken there. Hey, we got it. There we go. Okay, now that I've got the old one out, we have the new one here. These pins will replace this because this is all the fixed unit on the original one, and it's had greasable nipples in there to try and preserve its life, obviously. Whereas this one here is more like a mount for a shock absorber. So the pin will go in, this piece here will go in where these pieces were. And now that it's sitting out, you can see the obvious size difference. So this one here will obviously work much better. It's got a larger chamber, a bigger bore, and obviously a lot more resistance, and it'll handle heat better. And there's a lot more oil and gas or whatever is in this dampener to help with the vibration of steering and stabilization of having bump steer while you drive and stuff like that. So I think first things first will be to put these pins in place where these were, and then mount the steering dampener once these pins are in place. Okay, the new pin has a shorter shaft section here and a longer one. Now the longer one would be where the steering dampener would bolt to. So this piece here would slide in the back way like this, and then you would tighten that up and pull that in, and your steering dampener can mount to this piece. Now this is just going to want to spin, so I might need to give it a little hit, just a little tap. Just put the nut on ever so slight on the other end and just give it a slight tap, and hopefully that'll be enough for it to bite and stop spinning. Yep, and once that tightens up, it will bind on even more and pull it all the way through. But here we are, that's in nice and tight now, so that's going nowhere. Okay, it's now time to mount the steering dampener to the vehicle, and if you don't remember which way the steering dampener went, it will be on an angle like this. So this section, the fat section, needs to be facing downwards. That's so dirt and water and stuff like that can't go in here. So if it was like that, it'd go in there and stay there, and that would wear the seal out and damage it. But if it's this way up, which is the way it came out on the other one, also the water, dirt, mud and anything like that can come out and not get stuck in here, because eventually that would just fill up with dirt, grease, mud, whatever else, and stay in it. So it must go this way, very similar to the way the shock absorbers are, where this dirt, filth, dust, water can run out. So now that you can see it sitting in place, you can see any water, dirt and dust will go downwards and come out. Well, that's it for this video, guys. The stabilizer dampener bar is now in place, so that should give the 40 series a little bit better steering. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next video. See you.